Good morning, everybody. Just a few thoughts on the subject of humility. And Augustine was saying, what is the greatest Christian virtue? And he says the first of all is humility. And then he said, and the second is humility. And the third is humility. So when Jesus was revealing himself, he says, come unto me and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly of heart, and you will find rest for your souls. It's that humility gives rest, because if we are not humble, we're striving, we're competing, and it actually disturbs our own soul and doesn't give rest. So we were talking a few days ago about Jesus' downward journey. Philippians chapter 2, those few verses, I think it's 6 to 11. It's actually a hymn, a Christian hymn. And they don't know that Paul actually wrote the hymn, or did he take the hymn and insert it into his epistle, because it fitted very well in what he was trying to communicate, the humility. And Jesus' downward journey was that he was in heaven in all its glory, worshipped by the angels. And he took the downward step of saying, I will be a servant, I will submit to the Father. And that was whatever the Father would have him do. And then the second one was, in obeying the Father, he was to become a man, made in the likeness of man. And this is a huge thing. This is the eternal God confined to time. This is the omnipresent God confined to space. He now, if he wants to move, he has to walk by foot from Galilee to Jerusalem. And this is the all-powerful God, now dependent on his parents for food. The omniscient God who has to learn his alphabets and learn to read and write, and learn the Bible at home with his parents, and learn a trade with his father, Joseph. So this is very humbling for him. When Adam was created, he was created a mature man, mature in mind and mature in spirit and mature in body. But Jesus grew in stature and grew physically, and had to grow in his knowledge, though in his deity he had those. Now they are the mysteries. How is he a man, and how is he God? This is one of the mysteries of the incarnation. Nevertheless, so his downward journey brought him to be a man, and then his downward journey took him another step, to obey God, not only to become a man, but to die. Not only a death, but a death on the cross. Cruel, painful, shameful death on the cross. And then it says, because of his humility, God had raised him up and seated him at the right hand of God, given him the name that is above every other name, and that at the name of Jesus every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. And the opposite we see. God resisted the proud, but giveth grace to the humble. God exalts the humble, he brings down the proud. We see Satan's upward journey. He says, I will set my throne above the clouds. I will set my throne on the mountain. I will be like the Most High God. Here is Jesus saying, who is the Most High God, saying, I will be like a man, like a helpless babe. And here we have Satan saying, I will be like the Most High God. God exalted Jesus, gave him the name above every name, and God cast down Satan to the earth and put him in the lowest pit, in the lowest place. So God resisted the proud and giveth grace to the humble. And Jesus tells numerous parables about this. He says, when you go to a feast, don't sit in the big seat, because you may be then told in front of everybody to sit down in the lower seat, and you'll be embarrassed in front of everybody. So sit in the lower seat. And if they decide to lift you up to a higher place, great, you'll be kind of honored in front of everybody. That's better than the potential of being embarrassed in front of everybody. So God resisted the proud and giveth grace to the humble. Okay?